One man, one goal. Conquer mental health turmoil, lose weight, become a sexy mofo, and win at life.
What's going on, guys? No checking in. This is it. This is the conclusion. The Summer Shred Week 15. As of next week, I believe it will officially no longer be summer. This concludes 3 full months of a focused and renewed effort to eat to look good, eat to feel good, and a big push to conquer mental health demons and to conquer a percent body fat in a lifestyle that was leading me to be overweight and just feel terrible about myself. It's been a long journey. It's been a really long journey, and I'm really glad you're here for the conclusion. It's been a really crazy week. Building into this week, if you guys follow this mini series I do on Sundays, you'd know that in terms of my weight, I plateaued really hard. And I want to go ahead and start by saying that I implemented something that was widely suggested by a lot of you last week, when after 3 weeks of not being able to drop a pound, in fact, I only gained some weight, you guys said it was time for a refeed. A carb loading meal, a cheat meal, something to trick my metabolism and shock my system into a renewed weight loss. And so, God dang it. So with that being said, I would like to introduce you to the meal I ate directly after posting last week's video. Alright guys, after taking your feedback regarding my 3-week plateau, I decided to go ahead and do a refeed day. The whole concept is that after dieting for a long time, eating clean, staying in a relative caloric deficit, that your body adjusts and starts making it tougher to lose weight, metabolism slows down. So, we have a box of macaroni and cheese. Mother effer. Just low-key burn my hand. And got a classic Mountain Dew. We got some gluten-free cheesecake. Some gluten-free, I don't really know what, but the shit looks tasty. And we're going to try to get a little bit of ice cream in this. This is the cheat meal. It is currently Sunday night. It's pretty late. After today, we're going to cut carbs in half. We're going to get into probably a 400 to 500 calorie caloric deficit. I will still take into consideration all the volume of training I'm doing. We're going to see if this helped. Either way, I appreciate the tip, fellas. So as you guys can see, I went for it. And then I proceeded to cut carbs by about 20-30% throughout the entire week. And I also was a little more mindful of eating more vegetables, taking in even more water. And I also kept my sodium even more on lock. We're going to get to the weigh-in to see if I finally busted through my plateau of 212.5-ish. That's where I've been stuck for 3 weeks. We'll do that at the end of this video, but I hope you just kick it with me building up to that. I want to leave that for the end. This has been a crazy week. A really crazy week. I've got something just burning inside me that I want to tell you guys, and I hate to be melodramatic, but I just can't say it yet. But it's huge. It's bigger than anything that's ever happened to me. Some of you probably can read between the lines, and you know, there's actually kind of like 2 things. So I'm gonna get to that soon. But that said thing, it ate up a lot of my time this week. And I also took on a freelance job this week shooting a wedding. And so on Friday, I was filming a wedding from morning till night. And that was a crazy day. And then I've had this stuff going on that's been occupying my time throughout the week, including work and then a full-time YouTuber. So it was a really crazy week. And all this, I'm saying this, I'm letting you know this because I was worried. I was worried that it was going to interfere with busting through that plateau and working as hard as I can to get to the goal weight of cracking 210 and also working on my mental health. Now, if you can't obviously tell, I've been doing pretty well this week. It's been the best week I've had mood-wise, which is such a gift because I crashed 6 weeks ago and I had a really bad month. You know, and I'm just really grateful to say that as of today and for the last week or so, I've had the best week I've had in that last 6 weeks. And it's just such a blessing to end this Summer Shred mini-series on a high note. It really is, because it was a tumultuous time for me, and it made me so upset and so sad, and I hated having to kind of put that on you guys because I don't ever intend to fake when I'm not feeling well. But this week went a little bit better. I implemented the curcumin that my psychiatrist suggested I do. I take 1,000 milligrams twice a day, and then I just continue to eat as healthy as I possibly can. So mental health is doing better, outlook is doing better, suicidal thoughts are way down, anxiety's down, depression is still there a little bit, anxiety's still there, but it's an improvement. And I intend on always portraying that, demonstrating when I'm feeling well. That way, whatever I am, up or down, you guys know. Diet-wise, like I said, we did more of the same this week. We kept it very, very similar, other than implementing that giant cheat meal and then cutting carbs about 20 or 30%. Otherwise, seeds, nuts, lean meats, fruits, veggies, complex carbohydrates, no gluten, no added sugar. And we just trusted the process. On to training. It was another good week at CrossFit T9000. We killed it. I killed it. I wrecked myself. We did some really, really tough workouts and I had a really, really good time. We did this ridiculous workout that I'm gonna be posting later this week in its entirety, where I had to find my max 10 rep on my bench press, which ended up being 275. I had to cut that weight in half, and then the workout that day ended up being 15 bench press, 20 overhead push press, and then 25 front rack lunges. I did that with 140 pounds. We did 5 rounds. I'm posting that shit because I got wrecked. So that'll be coming out later this week. And then the rest of the week went great. I continue just to work really hard. I'm well into that whole world and I'm enjoying it. It's working really well for me. I think it's finally time to jump on the scale. I've got a crazy before and after picture to show you, by the way. But let's go ahead and get on the scale first. Let's see if I was finally able to bust through my plateau. Booyah, touchdown! I made miracles happen. 208.5, 208.5. That puts us down 18, 19 pounds. I'll have the exact amount right below you here on the screen for the summer shred. The summer shred has been 3 full months and I lost 19 pounds. But as I've said before, it's a lot bigger than that. You know, it's a lot bigger than that for me. This journey started a long time ago. I want to show you guys now a before and after picture of when I was at my heaviest or about my heaviest and right now. Check this shit out. It's gonna blow your mind. Okay, it's a picture of my face side by side, but I think it's a really, really interesting comparison. Now, I've been posing every single week, because having a body transformation is something I always wanted to do, a video, documentation of me actually putting forth a plan, following through, and changing my life. You know, I've always wanted to do that, and I feel like for once I followed through, and I proved to myself I can, and I'm capable of exacting change, controlling something. Something I've always struggled with was this feeling of I didn't have control, this feeling that I didn't have control because of my depression and my anxiety, and while that has continued to do its thing, and I've had to work through some very uncomfortable stretches during the summer shred, I have still maintained discipline. And that's a really good thing for building self-confidence and building like a trust in myself. Just believing in myself and knowing that I can do things even when I don't want to or I don't feel like it. The reason I'm not going to be comparing any pictures of my body right now at 208.5, I want to do an awesome summer shred transformation video and just document the training and the highlights and the body comparison. I want to make it dramatic. I want to clean up. I want to groom because I'm kind of hairy right now again. I want to make it awesome. So I hope you don't feel let down that you're not going to see that in this video, and it gives me something I can work towards to the next week. It also allows me some time to plan for what I'm going to do with these Sundays. I know I want to do something very similar. We just have to reassess what the goals are going to be. So be on the lookout for that next Sunday video. I hope it's going to be an awesome video and I hope you guys are going to like it. I just didn't have enough time to do anything monster like that, and I didn't want to just unveil the final look before having a chance to do it justice, if that makes sense. I can say that losing weight and following through and not giving up, it has absolutely made a difference on my mood. And I definitely feel like a more confident man, a more confident person, and I feel more confident in front of you guys. And I've never been a shy person or afraid, but I can tell you that when I was heavier, and then on top of that, when I was dealing with depression and anxiety, I hid from the camera more because I didn't want you to see me because I was embarrassed and I had poor self-image, something I'm still working on to this day. But losing weight eating healthier, finding a new lifestyle, not dieting, but finding a new lifestyle, and then seeing what that's been able to give me really has made a tremendous difference in my outlook, my self-confidence, and my peace of mind and my sense of self. And I just hope that this journey in any way, shape, or form has been able to encourage anyone to go after and attain health and fitness goals, mental health goals for yourself, and prove to yourself that you can, even if you feel like it's impossible or you've never been able to do it before. Because I have not been able to do what I've done this summer my whole life. Since I was a sophomore in high school and I was pretty lean, but I've never been able, since then, 10, 12 years, to be disciplined enough and just to have the fortitude to follow through with something that I knew was really important to me. So this is not the end, by the way. This is not the end. I plan on figuring out a new series going into the fall, making those announcements about these big things that are coming up so that I can be open about them. A few people messaged me and you already called it. And we'll set new goals and we'll start a new journey together. I'm not going back to my old life. I'm not going back to my old life. This is just the end of a chapter. So I want to say thank you. Thank you for letting me run my mouth a little extra long. Please be on the lookout next Sunday for that wrap-up transformation video, just the recap and highlights of the summer shred with the final comparison for my body transformation. And just know beyond that I thank you. And I'm so glad you guys supported this experience for me. I can't wait to think of what the next one's going to be. And I really hope you guys can help give me feedback and just tell me what you might like or what we should shoot for this fall. A lot of you guys have been documenting your change and your progress with me, and I felt like we did it together, and that's amazing. I don't think I could have done this without you guys. So thank you. Big no out. All right, take care, guys.